What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lost Boys Gaming. We are just a few days away from getting to play Tears of the Kingdom, and the question has to be asked is what is next for Nintendo? It seems like there's not much on the docket after Tears of the Kingdom, and the silence is kind of getting to be worrisome for some people, so we don't know what is coming next. So before we hop into that, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you are kept up to date with everything going on here at Lost Boys Gaming. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Now, as I mentioned, Tears of the Kingdom comes out at the time of this recording just 3 short days away. Now, after this, we have Pikmin 4 in July, if I'm remembering right. And after that, there is absolutely nothing listed. Nintendo has not announced anything. There's a ton of speculation, a ton of rumors that have been floated out about what we could potentially see, a lot of ports. But nothing outside of that. Like, there's nothing officially announced that we know is coming from Nintendo. Now, today, things got a little bit more spicy and dicey as Andy Robinson tweeted out that, he's talking a little bit more about Sony. He says, I also heard a Sony showcase is happening in the usual late May/early June window with Konami stuff included. I'm not expecting Nintendo to do anything. Like, what? Like, we know Nintendo's not going to E3 because it does not fit in their plans, as they said, but people still kind of expected to see a Nintendo Direct. But what if that doesn't fit in their plans because there is no Nintendo Direct? Andy Robinson here suggesting that they're not going to do anything. And then Jeff Grubb, as you see, he's quote tweeted this, and he kind of just lays down the law a little bit more. So it says, I'm with Andy. I expect a series of smaller tweets and YouTube drops, if anything. But unlike last year, that's just speculation. So, last year he kind of knew a little bit more stuff. He's saying he had heard that it wasn't going to be a super heavy year for directs and stuff like that. June was pretty lackluster for the Nintendo news. He's saying that, he doesn't expect to see anything big here, but it's just speculation. So this is the part that gets this to be very, very interesting. And as I mentioned, we don't know what Nintendo is doing, but clearly Nintendo is going to do something. Like, there's zero reason for them to do anything. That's not how they operate. Nintendo is going to do something. So this is kind of, I think, if you kind of look at what they've done with Tears of the Kingdom, it seems like Nintendo may be kind of harnessing this overall strategy of keeping things locked down. Now, and if Andy Robinson and Jeff Grubb haven't heard anything, that's basically what they're reporting right here, is that I'm not expecting Nintendo to do anything. It's kind of just speculation that on Jeff Grubb's part, and to me, that means they haven't heard anything. People aren't saying anything. So could this be a case of Nintendo locking everything down and kind of keeping everything up tight? Exactly what they did with Tears of the Kingdom. We didn't know anything until this game leaked, early last week. We've gotten a few things officially here and there, but really there wasn't anything out officially from Nintendo. I still luckily have been able to avoid leaks. I hope you guys, you that want to, have been able to do so as well. But the fact of the matter is that Nintendo is radio silence from Nintendo. There's nothing coming right now. And so to me, this is just screaming Switch 2. I know people are probably rolling their eyes and be like, oh, great, here we go again. But let's look what's going on. We've got the Nintendo event that's happening the first part of September in Seattle. They're doing their big showcase. Nintendo has said that they're going to be, I can't remember the name of the show now. Some show later in June, July, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember now. Someone tell me in the comments. I don't know why I'm blanking on it. They're not going to be E3 though. So it's like, what are they going to do? So Jeff Grubb saying, maybe we're going to get some YouTube videos here, some drops. Maybe this is where we get, 1,000 Year Door that's been rumored. Maybe we get F-Zero GX. Some of these smaller ports that, hey, it'd be really cool to wake up one morning and just see a tweet from Nintendo that says 1,000 Year Door is available on the eShop. Physical release coming in a week later. Similar to what they did with Metroid Prime Remastered. I think they could do that pretty easily with a lot of these ports. I think that was kind of, that test run with Metroid Prime Remastered. And I think that we could maybe see a couple more ports along the way in that similar fashion where, hey, available later today, or available next week, with the physical launch happening soon or something, So it'll be interesting to see that aspect. But I mean, this big calm before the storm, there is nothing. It is radio silence. And I think that this is just a big gear up for Switch 2. And Nintendo's not going to want this stuff to leak out early, which is exactly why, people like Andy Robinson and Jeff Grubb have not heard anything. People are probably going to be like, the Nintendo ninjas are just out there, and I think that there is going to be everything's going to be under lock and key. It's going to be on a need-to-know basis only. And I think that it's going to be... I honestly think this could be like not Breath of the Wild, like Tears of the Kingdom, as I'm saying, that everything's kind of hush-hush, and as soon as they announce it, people are going to be like, what the heck is going on? Like, no one knew this was coming. It's going to be super crazy. It's going to be super awesome. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking maybe we don't get anything in June. The Nintendo Direct might not happen. Nintendo said it doesn't fit in their plans to go to E3. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe because they're going to just kind of drop a couple of games, a couple more ports this summer. Maybe we get, like I said, Thousand Year Door, F-Zero GX. We still haven't got Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. That's been rumored for years at this point. Metroid Prime 4 hasn't done anything. And maybe we don't get Metroid Prime 4 even on the current Switch. Maybe that is a launch title for Switch 2 or something, But I think maybe we can just kind of expect these ports that are coming, these GameCube games that are getting remastered and redone, to kind of hold us over until end of July, early August, when Nintendo's going to just drop that bomb of a Switch 2 or whatever's coming next. And to me, this is what this is kind of signaling right here. The no Nintendo Direct in June, no news. I think Jeff Grubb saying he's kind of just speculating, and I mean, I know Jeff Grubb has been wrong in the past, but his sources are much better, and he does a very good job of sourcing everything compared to some of these so-called leakers, and Andy Robinson. These are the guys that you expect to hear some stuff from. And the fact that they haven't heard anything, I think, speaks more to Switch 2 than anything else. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you think? Is this just, Nintendo's kind of just going to sit and wait and kind of drift off into the sunset with Tears of the Kingdom and let the Switch die? Or is this, the calm before the storm, the let's gear up, let's get everything ready to go, make sure that everything is, polished up and ready for a new announcement of new hardware and some awesome new launch games coming here in the next 12 to 18 months or something, or maybe even sooner. Maybe this comes out in the holiday for all I know. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. But like I said, this is kind of what I think. I think that once Tears of the Kingdom hits, they're going to kind of ride that high for a little bit, have Pikmin maybe come out with a couple more GameCube games, and then I think we might be closer to Switch 2 than we think. And I think that the fact that Andy Robinson and Jeff Grubb right here are saying that they're not expecting anything from Nintendo in June, I think that is a very big indicator of this. So love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Hope you guys enjoy this quick update. Like I said, if you would hit that subscribe button, like the video, really would appreciate it. And until next time, catch you later.